So, we're in the month of May, pretty deep, fixing to hit double digits. And after May comes the 6th month of the year, which means we're halfway through this year. Pretty close to being halfway through this year. So, with that being said, I was thinking, what fragrances have I worn this year that I got the most enjoyment out of? So this is a list of fragrances in 2021 that I have worn that just, I got the most enjoyment out of when I wore. So you wanna know what those fragrances are? Check out this intro, meet me on the other side of it, and let's sit down and have a nice, lengthy conversation about fragrances. See you in just a second. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy LL Cool Trey. Yeah, Smokey Trey Robinson, whatever you want to call me, it don't matter. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Listen, if this is your first time coming by, yes, I'm always funny, very sarcastic, and I do not take myself too seriously, nor do I take the hobby of fragrances too seriously. So, if you're looking for a place where you can chill, watch videos about fragrances, sort of like lounge with your homeboy, maybe smoke a cigar, hookah, e-cig, vape, whatever it is you do, and just listen to some good frag talk, guess what? You in the right place. So what I need you to do, that's right, sub, notifications, all that stuff, so you know when I'm on TV and all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. Now, for those of you who just cannot, for some reason, seem to stay away from the scene of the crime, thank you. I appreciate you. Glad to have you back. Now, let's get into this one, man. This is a video or discussion about fragrances that I have worn in the year of 2021 that has just absolutely just brought me tons of enjoyment when I wore them. Some of them are cheap, some of them are not. Most of these are affordable, depending on what your level of affordable are. Some of them are not cheapies, but everything on this list is affordable. Well, it's not even really a list. Well, that's just a topic, just a discussion. So, let me adjust real quick, get you right. That better? Yeah, that's where I need you to be right there, my dude. What? One more. Plural, right there. That's where I need you to be. All right, now, we're fixing to get into it, okay? The first one on this list is one that I have not had very long, but I got it when it was still fairly cool, and it is from the house of Rehab, and it is Choco Musk. And this is Palmer's cocoa butter and baby powder and vanilla all mixed into one. Oh, man. And I like it. And I think I paid like $7 for this fragrance. And this is one also that could be a unisex. It may even be unisex. But I know this is one that can be worn by male or female. Any age group can pull this off. And for the $7 or $8 that I pay for this fragrance, it performs as good as anything that I have in my collection. It's nice, it's strong, it's masculine, it's smooth, it's creamy, it's sensual. It's a great fragrance for $7 and some change. Rehab's Choco Musk. Man, I like that, y'all. Yeah. When I wore this one, I just felt confident. I felt sophisticated, so to speak. I felt just, like I was wearing something that was the non-fragrance fragrance, if that makes any sense. I felt like I was wearing something that was outside of the box, not the run of the mill. And that is very important to me because I'm not in the box at all. I'm definitely in my own lane, and I like my fragrances. And honestly, people that I interact with, they're just as nutty as I am. We all walk around like a bunch of fruitcakes, just nutty. But nonetheless, that's what works for me, and I like my fragrances to be outside of the box and in their own lane as well. All right. And it's funny because some of these fragrances that I have on this list are very mainstream, but I like them for what they are. The next one on the list is one that I haven't had very long at all either. Went hunting for it, just happened to find it, and it is Prada Luna Rosa Black, and I wore this the other night. I love this scent. I love it. And I'm not gonna waste a drop of it spraying it in the air. You can forget that. It is smooth, masculine, powdery, modern, not blue, not ambroxany. Just a confidence invoking fragrance. I was dressed pretty well that night. I had on a nice pair of blue jeans, a nice Ralph Lauren polo shirt, you know, baby blue in color. Trying to think of what shoes I finished it off with. It seemed like I had on my blue sneakers. Nice little timepiece. I was clean. And I smelled like it too. Prada Luna Rosa Black. Absolutely love this. This is one of those fragrances that to me, that just reeks of confidence and class and style, and just, you know, it just to me says, yeah, I know, I smell good. No sir, this is not that stuff. This is not that Rue 21 type of fragrance. Nothing against those, because I have some of those have had some of those in my collection, but this is not that Aeropostale Rue 21 type of stuff. And like I said, I still have some Aeropostale and I like it, but it's a little bit different from this. This is sexy grown man and I like it. And that's what I felt like the night I had this on, chilling, having a few drinks, enjoying, you know, the presence of a female and enjoying some company. Beautiful scent. Liked it, man. Had a good time. And I smelled like it. Prada Luna Rosa Black. Loved it, man. Loved it. Again, another one that is pretty mainstream, pretty popular. Everybody knows it, from the House of Vic and Raw, Spice Bomb Extreme. Wore this one the other night. Just happened to be fairly cool. It was cool and rainy that night. I think the low that night ended up being like 40 something degrees. Hold on a second. Well, gotta do something to my TV real quick. Hope I can reach it without messing up my mic. Yeah, it just happened to be really, really cool that night. For May in Alabama, it was cool. I want to say it was like 60 degrees. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear that Spice Bomb Extreme. So I pulled it out, sprayed it on, rocked it, and I got compliments everywhere I went. Again, I just went and ate, had dinner, but still loved it. Everybody was like, oh, that smells good. What is that you're wearing? It's Victor Spice Bomb Extreme. Nonetheless, great smelling fragrance. I like it. I like it a lot. This one is a little pricey. It's a little pricey, but you get what you pay for. And to me, this is a year-round scent. I think you can wear this fragrance year-round. Now, I would not wear this in July at a family cookout in the middle of the day. Would not, but I would wear it anything in the night in the summertime, because it's strong and it's masculine, but something about it is just kind of calm. It could be the powdery aspect that I pick up from it. It is definitely very spicy, but again, it's one that to me just smells super duper masculine, sweet, spicy. I like it. I like the feeling that I had when I wore it. I just felt good. I felt like I'm wearing Spice Bomb Extreme, and I loved it. I was just like, yeah, this is okay. This is okay. Glad I purchased this one. From the House of Moschino, Toy Boy. And not only is this one of the coolest bottles in the game, but with this fragrance right here, it took a minute to grow on it. The first time I smelled it, I was like, it's okay. But then the more I kept sampling and sampling and sampling, I was like, gotta have him. And here he is. Moschino's Toy Boy, nice rose pear type of scent. This is one of those fragrances that is not the most masculine fragrance in the world, but it is definitely modern. You would definitely feel trendy, cutting edge, so to speak. You would definitely feel like you're wearing a modern scent. It is a crowd pleasing type of fragrance. It's one that when it gets in the air off of your skin, it's when it really does its best work. Moschino's Toy Boy. And this one is not too expensive. I think you can get a bottle of this for about 50 bucks. You get the texture though, this is what you will get. So for some, you may like that. For some, you may like this better. So just depending, but nice, rosy, peary type of scent. Again, this one in the air, beautiful. And I wore this when it was still cooler, but it was a pretty day, but it was cool, probably about 50 degrees with the sun shining. Loved it. It did really, really good. Moschino's Toy Boy. Okay, sorry about that brief interruption. Let's get back on track to these fragrances that have really just blown me away in 2021 that I've enjoyed wearing them. You ready? Let's go. Where was I? Let's get this one out of the way. From the house of Moth, and my only fragrance from Moth, and it's Moth Legacy. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make this my scent of the day because I haven't sprayed on anything today. Oh yeah, get the old fuzzy head. It used to be the old bald head, but there we go. Now what is this? This is a clone of Chanel Platinum Egoist, and it smells really, really close. As my boy JP would say, he likes this one better because he thinks it performs better. I don't know. All I know is I like the fragrance, and when I wear this fragrance, I feel like I'm cheating the game. I feel like I'm beating the game. I feel like I'm playing Contra. Did you see my shirt there? Can't see my controller anyway. I feel like I'm playing Contra, and I put in the cheat code because I know what this smells like. I know how close it is, and I know how cheap it is. So Platinum Egoist is a great fragrance. It's $100 and up. This is around $30. So Moth Legacy. Another one is one I have not had in my collection very long, and I've tried to tell you guys about this one. Usher Home. This is a great smelling year-round date night type fragrance. It's very modern. It's got that type of smell that a lot of the fragrances out there have today, like Spice Bomb, Night Vision, and just fragrances like that. It reminds me of something from Chanel, sort of Allure Home-ish. It's got that really sweet, syrupy, sweet type of vibe to it. And I can't remember exactly how much I paid for this, but it was under $15 for this 50 ml. And honestly, guys, my advice to you is to go online, Fragrance X or somewhere, get a 100 ml of this for about 20 bucks. I think you will really, really enjoy it. If nothing else, it is a fragrance that you can wear around your house, one you can keep in your car, your gym bag, whatever, your desk at the office, one that, in case you forgot to put on a fragrance that day or whatever. I love it. I really do. I'm thoroughly pleased with this fragrance, and I wear it again. I feel like I'm cheating the game. I feel like this is a sleeper that nobody's talking about, as it got on my hand there. And I feel like I'm winning when I wear this one. It just puts a big smile on my face because I know what I paid for it, and it's like, and nobody's talking about this fragrance from Usher. Usher Home. Smells good. Now, I'm gonna get these out of the way. Another fragrance, I got this one back in 2020, but I've worn it in 2021, and every time I wear it, it just blows me away. And it's from the House of Sensual Obsessions, and it is his version of YSL Tuxedo. Absolutely love it. It's a good smelling fragrance. I love it. Love the way it smells. It just smells really, really good. I enjoy it. It smells sophisticated. It smells dressed up, but it's not overly dressy. It's a nice fragrance to wear. Sensual Obsessions versions of YSL Tuxedo. And you see where the levels is on that. I've worn this several times. And with this one, I just feel good. I feel classy. I feel dressy. I feel sophisticated, masculine, but at the same time, modern and not like I'm trying to overdo it. Just right in that wheelhouse of where a man should be. Sensual Obsessions, YSL Tuxedo. This next one is making the rounds. It's a new one from the House of Killian. It's called Angel Share. So I don't have Killian's version. I have Dapper's version, and it is Dapper's version of Killian's Angel Share. And this one right here, sweet, boozy, masculine, again modern, sophisticated, smoothed out, refined, all of that. When I wear this one, again, I feel like I've got a secret that nobody knows about when I wear fragrances from the House of Dapper and Sensual and 3-in-1. Absolutely love them. I think they're great fragrances. I think they smell good. I think for the price that you pay for them, you need some of them in your collection. I'm not saying that you have to have a whole collection of Dapper and Sensual Obsession fragrances, but I'm saying if you don't have 1 or 2, 3 or 4 of maybe some things that you wanted but didn't want to spend the money for, then that's your loss, because this stuff is high quality juice and it's really, really good juice. Travis Gerhardt, Dapper Fragrances, Killian's Angel Share. That's a lot to remember to say in one time. This one, I always forget, from the House of Genre. This is one I really, really like. And again, I picked this up in 2020. But when I wore this in 2021, it just made me feel really good. Genres Run After My Car, which happens to be the best name of any fragrance, bar none. Run After My Car is classic. That is a great name, and this is a great fragrance. To me, it's like a mix between Elysium and Aventus. It's like they had a child together. That's what I get from it. And I just love it. I would love to get a full bottle of this, but the thing about the genre fragrances is he only is accepting orders. Ooh, you hear the rain picking up? He's only accepting orders so much of the time and so many times during the year, so it's hard to get your hands on. I have to thank Lamar Gaston for making sure I got this. Lamar is a sub of mine, very intelligent guy. He should actually be on this side of the camera doing reviews because he's very knowledgeable, has a very vast and deep fragrance collection. He should be over here, but he's not. But nonetheless, thank you, Lamar, for this. Run After My Car. Okay. Get to these three right here real quick. And then, guys, I've got probably about 8 or 9 more. So scoop these over real quick in case you're wondering what I was doing. All right. My boy Jakari Pike hooked me up with the decant, and it is Dior Home 2016 batch. Oh my goodness. I love this fragrance. I love it, but I always have been a fan of powdery fragrances, and this is just clean, powdery, irisy, lipsticky. Just, I like it. If I can find a full bottle of this, I think I will purchase it. I mean, it's just classy, sophisticated. But for now, this is enough because the levels are right there on it. You know, by the time I get back around to wearing it again, who knows? But when I wore this, again, what's the word I'm looking for? It made me feel really confident. Yeah, I mean, my confidence is already high, but when I wore this, it just went super, you know, through the roof. I just felt like, man. And I happen to like decants this size because I can take them with me. Whether I'm going on a date or to the barber shop or whatever, I can just slide it in my pocket. If I'm going out fragrance hunting, I can take this with me, and when I feel like I need to refresh, just psh, psh, and I'm good. I love that. I love that. If I ever have my own fragrance line, that's what I'm going to do with the purchase of, say, a bottle, 100 ml bottle, you'll get this. So, yeah. So, that is Dior Home 2016. And since I just held up the Xerjoff, goodness, what's wrong with me? Xerjoff bottle. This is one that I definitely get great feelings when I wear it. And it is, which one is this? Signature Royal. I wore this one back in the wintertime. It was still fairly cool. Well, it was still really, really cool. This to me just has a tropical vibe to it. The sun was out that day. It was bright. It was one of those days in Alabama where it got to like 61 or 62 degrees, which you still have this moisture and coolness in the air, but the sun was shining bright. I was like, yeah, I'm going to wear this today. Zaharoff Signature Royal, and I happen to like it. This is one I would take with me to the beach if I was going on a beach trip. I'm not sure what the note in it is, but something in it just reminds me of a tropical environment. And I happen to like it. It's very smooth. It's very subtle. It's very gentlemanly. Very, very high quality. Great bottle design. Great juice. And the person that made this, Mr. George, or Mr. Z as I call him, Mr. Zaharoff, is a great individual. And he looks out for guys like myself that are smaller tier reviewers. He sends us this stuff free of charge. And it is some of the best made cologne that I have in my collection. And I try to share as much of it with people that I know, as you see where the levels are, because I want them to experience this as well. Man, that smells good. That smells good. And this is the type of fragrance you can wear around people that have cologne allergies or anything like that. Or if you're one of those guys out there that are sensitive, whether it's your skin or you can't wear a really heavily alcoholic perfume, Zaharoff's fragrances, I think you would be able to pull off because they're all made of high quality and not a whole lot of cologne alcohol in them. Very good ingredients goes into it. George takes his time, selects his ingredients out of nothing but the best, and you can tell it when you spray it. Zaharoff Signature Royal. I always get the names mixed up, so I always look at it because I would rather look at it than to tell you the wrong thing. Okay, another one from the House of Bleu de Chanel. From the House of Chanel, it is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Not to be confused with the EDP. This is the Parfum. And I could not wait to get this fragrance in my collection. Could not wait. And I went to my mailbox one day and there it was. Jacari Pike, JP Fragrances has sent me this. And I was just like, man. And I could not wait to wear it. And I remember wearing it. It was medium temperature day. And I wasn't really dressed up that well. I had on just a long sleeve t-shirt and some track pants or some athletic type pants. But I felt like $1,000,000. Partly because it's one that I had been wanting. And two, I just simply love this fragrance. I am a fan of the line of Bleu de Chanel from Chanel. I am. I am. It's amongst some of the favorites that I have in my collection. It's just something about it that works with my chemistry, and it's just good to my nose. So when I wore this, needless to say, I was on cloud nine, feeling extra confidence, extra suave. Even though I just had on a long sleeve t-shirt and some pants, I still felt good. Felt like the man. Bleu de Chanel, the Parfum. And I now have all three. Well, since I'm on the Bleu de Chanel, let's just stick with it. The EDT. Wore this one on somewhat of a date. Did receive compliments, was told that I smell good. This one to me is fresher, fruitier, and maybe the best smelling one out of the whole batch. The EDP and the Parfum are more sophisticated, but to me this one projects better. To me this one lasts longer, and it's just more playful, more youthful, more easy to wear. Could easily be a year-round type of scent. To me, it's more of a warmer weather fragrance, but you can wear it whenever you want to. But to me, the citruses in this one are up top, and I like it. Where the Parfum and the EDP to me are more in-scenty, this one is more fruity, and I just like it. And this is a new acquire. I've only worn it one time, but nonetheless, I love it. All right. Had a date last night. One I wore. Valentino Uomo Aqua. And what was I feeling like when I wore this one? I think that smile gave it away. I was feeling like a mixture of James Bond and Zorro. I mean, I just had it going on. You couldn't tell me nothing, but you really can't tell me nothing on most days. So I really don't know what the fragrance did, but nonetheless, I just liked it. And I like wearing fragrances like this because I feel like the average guy's not gonna wear this. So I'm just like, yeah. When I walk through there and that breeze hit me, I'm like, yeah, baby, you smell it. That's your boy Trey. That's 3. That's me. And I love it. You know, I love being different. You know, I always have. I've never wanted to follow the ducks in the row. I've always wanted to be the one goose that was over here by itself. As a matter of fact, that was my nickname growing up as a child, Goose. That's what my uncle called me. He called me Goose. And my first cousin, which was his son, Duck. He called us Duck and Goose. Go figure. Family will do some horrible things to you if you let them. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed wearing this fragrance last night. Beautiful scent. Smells really, really good. I like it. I like it a lot. My confidence was extra through the roof. Okay, I got that one. Guys, I got about 6 more, I think. Let me get these 2 out of the way. From the House of 3-in-1, it is ZZ01, which is a batch of Creed Aventus, and I'm gonna tell you, that's all I'm gonna tell you. I remember standing in line at Golden Corral waiting to pay for my food, and the people in front of me were having a conversation about me. They didn't know, oh, somebody smells so good. Whatever that is, it smells good. Because every time somebody would move, whether it was people leaving, the breeze would stir it up. And they were just like, oh, that smells so good. and this is what I had on. I will be purchasing a full bottle of this, at least a 30 ml. I talked to them over the other day about it, and they said something about ordering Thursday, but it completely slipped my mind. I had some family things going on Thursday, and it just got away from me. But I will be ordering a full bottle of this the first chance I get. This is 3-in-1's ZZ01 batch. And again, when I wear fragrances like this, I'm like, man, I know I smell great, and I know nobody in this place has this on, unless you're somebody like Lester Eccles, who is one of my subs that pays attention, and he's ordered it or something like that. I know the majority of the people out there in my area are not going to have this, unless you're Fat Boy Fragrances. He's in my area as well. He might have it, but other than that, so I feel unique and extremely confident when I rock stuff like this. Another vintage clone from Sensual Obsessions, and it is King of Kings. Man, and it's a monster as well. When you smell this, pineapples is I mean, safe word, pineapples. Man, oh man, oh man. Kevin over at Sensual Obsessions outdid himself with this one. This is Andy Warhol territory. This is in the territory of this Andy Warhol. Man, I could smell that all day. I don't even have to spray it. I could just, man, that smells good. Just super sweet, super fruity, nice. None of the burntness in it that you get in some of the batches. None of the peppery, just pineapple goodness, smooth. I like it. When I wear this one, again, that confidence goes through the roof. And again, I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I'm wearing a fragrance that should cost me $150 to $300, but it doesn't. So, Sensual Obsessions, y'all. All right, got this many more. One that I know my boy Cheapo has talked about. When I got mine, I was blown away, and I told him about it, and I think he came up on his a little after I got mine in a trade or something, I don't remember. But it's from the house of Narciso Rodriguez, and this is Nar Blue, a blue Nar. And this, yeah, this is one of the best blue fragrances, if not the best blue fragrance I've ever smelled. It has a sort of smoky, ashy type vibe to it, mixed in with that Ambroxany blue. Man, great performance, great longevity, very well made. And they make this in the EDP as well. This is the EDT, so I couldn't imagine what the EDP smells like. I may try to get my hands on it, but this is a monster in the game, son. This is King Kong, Godzilla, whichever one you want. I got this in a trade from none other than JP. I'm not sure what we traded, but I traded, and I'm happy to have this in my collection. Blue Nar from Narciso Rodriguez. Just, again, one of those fragrances that I feel like the average guy where I live is not going to wear that. It makes me feel super good. You have to excuse me for looking off camera, but I'm trying to situate fragrances because I got them all over the place. Make sure I covered everything. One that I picked up as the temperature started to change and the days started to get longer, from the house of Paco Rabanne, and it is Exes. And I think this is a sexy, overlooked fragrance that doesn't get a lot of talk. I have black Exes and I absolutely love it. Yes, it smells a little synthetic. Yes, it smells a little bit like strawberries, but to me it smells unique and it's different, and I love that one. But we're talking about this one. And I think this one is just as unique and just as different and has a upscale type of smell, type of feel to it. I like the bottle design. It kind of throws me off because that doesn't look like a 50 ml. And I'm like, And I think it was $39. If you can find this out there at a good price, I think you'll get you a nice masculine fragrance with a 90s type of vibe. No, it doesn't smell dated. It just smells more like a 90s powerhouse type of fragrance to me in a very good way. But I think the same thing about Percival from Perfumes de Marly. I think it's one of those fragrances that gives me that 90s type of vibe as well. It's hundreds of dollars. Not saying that this smells like Percival, but I'm just saying that's the avenue that it takes me down. It takes me down that same type of, I've been here before with this fragrance. I've smelled this fragrance before, but nonetheless, I'm digging it and I love it. And this is, you know what? And I'm gonna give myself a little squirt of this, man. The performance on this one wasn't as stellar as I wanted it to be. That's nice, y'all. That's nice. And that purple looks good. All right. 2 more from the house of YSL. It is YSL's, what is this called? Y? La Buffoon? I love it. And I will say this about it. If you have 1 million Buffoon, you may not need this one. If you're looking to pick up something from YSL, you may want to go a different direction, because this has that same vibe as the 1 million Buffoon. I happen to have them both, and I'm glad that I do. I was wanting to buy another YSL product, and I was standing there and I had smelled some of the other from the Y line, and I was like, they all smell so similar. I smelled this one and I was like, yeah, give me that. Yeah, I'll take that. And I love it. It is a good smelling fragrance. It's not as strong as 1 million's perfume. It's not as strong, but it's got that same grapey, fruity, playful type of vibe. I really enjoy this fragrance. YSL's Y La Buffoon. The last one. Hold on, didn't break nothing. When I first smelled this fragrance, I wasn't a fan. I was like, I don't get the hype. I wore it and I was just like, oh, you know. And then something said, wear it again, Trey. Wear it again. So I did. I wore it again. Eros Flame. Still don't get flame. But boy, do you get a good fragrance. You pick up on the flame, the Eros DNA right away. But this just has a little kick. It has a little something different. So if you like the original Eros, you will love Flame. If you do not like the original Eros, you won't like Flame. That's just my opinion. But nonetheless, this bad boy, oh my goodness, that Exodus is kicking in now. And it's just got such a quality smell, and it's so different. And I think that's why I loved it when I wore it. It just reeks of individuality and just different. Paco did a great job with that fragrance, and people just need to check it out. And from what I've heard, everything else from the Exodus line is pretty good too. Like, was it Exodus Night and all of that stuff? That is pretty good too, but I'm really feeling that one. But anyway, back to Eros Flame. Beautiful, beautiful scent. The first time I didn't like it, but as I wore it, I was just like, okay, I see now. I see the hype. Still don't get the name Flame because it's still a really, really sweet fragrance. So when I think sweet, I don't think hot, unless it's red hots. Anyway, Eros Flame, y'all. That rounds out my list of fragrances that I've worn in 2021 that made me go, oh yeah, and made me feel a certain way that I just absolutely enjoyed wearing. Not that I haven't enjoyed all of my fragrances, but these left a little mark on me as if, oh man, you know, it made me really, really proud of my fragrance collection, as you guys should be too. Whether it's 3 fragrances or 3,000 fragrances, you should be proud of your collection and you should enjoy it. Enjoy them, because life is short and we are not promised anything other than this very second that we are in now. So if you got a bunch of frags, get them out, spray them, enjoy them, wear them. Okay? All right, guys, that is it for today. I'm going to upload this video and figure out some kind of crazy thumbnail. Again, be sure to like, share, and sub. Thank you for stopping by the channel and always returning to the scene of the crime. Thank you for being the best part of my channel. Happy Mother's Day to you all out there, all the mothers. God bless you all. And until next time, y'all, peace.